What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bad Signal. AA712 Beam here. First thing first, before we get into the story, sorry for the lack of uploads as of recently. Me and the President Chip have had some life things. Him starting uni and stuff like that, and me just, adulting. A lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun. Yeah, no. But sorry about that. So I'm about to, get this stuff back going, get back on track with it. And then we'll hopefully be posting some more shorts as well for some more short form content for you guys. But anyway, let's get into the story. So one day I'm working, right, and by the way, at my store we got a new hire, right, and I'm helping train this new hire, as this new hire is actually one of my friends. Been friends with this person since like high school. And we're doing our thing, and this customer comes in and is talking to my coworker, the trainee, and I'm coming in basically kind of like not necessarily to take over, but like I do take over, right? But like more so I can like kind of show them the ropes of how they're supposed to go about things, right? And they came in and they were upset because they wanted to return their internet unit and they wanted to pay off their phone, right? And they were like, yeah, it wasn't working for a few months, but lo and behold, it was shut off, and I never knew, and yada yada yada, right? And she was like, actually, I think he is the one who set me up, right? And before I like came, this is before I came by to help my coworker, right? And then I'm like, okay, interesting, right? So then and she's just like going off. It's like, yeah, it got shut off, yada yada yada. Like that's why it's not working. I'm pretty sure he's the one who set me up. Stuff like that. Points her finger at me, and she's like extremely frustrated. Right? She's extremely mad. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she wants to pay off her phone, and her phone's already with T-Mobile, but under her daughter's account. And I was like, okay, yeah. So probably what happened then is when we tried to set you up with internet, you probably weren't an authorized user under your daughter's account, so we had to set up your own account. Therefore, it was a different bill and everything like that, and it probably went unpaid. And she was like, how would I not be an authorized user? I've been on her account for like 20 years, and I'm like, being on your phone, being on her bill, and you being an authorized user is two different things. For one, and two, I'm just trying to explain to you a situation. She's like, yeah, trying to explain the situation, but you don't know what it is. So I'm like, lady, which one is it? Right? I didn't say this, but I'm like, which one is it? Am I the one to blame for your supposed fuck up? Or do I not know the situation? You can't point your fingers at me for why everything's not working and then also say I don't know the situation, right? So we pull up her internet account, and she had like 20 some dollars, and that was to pay off her phone. So then I was like, okay, are you trying to pay like? And then like I asked her, I'm like, just to clarify, I'm like, okay, cool. Are you trying to what exactly are you trying to do? She's like, I want to return this and I want to pay off my phone. I was like, all right, cool. How are we paying the past due bill, right? And she's like, what do you mean, right? And I was like, well, due to your internet being on a different account because you were an authorized user on the other account, we had to set you up with internet on another account. And keep in mind, if she set up with me like she's saying she did, which I didn't check to confirm this, but if I was the one who set her up, I would have told her due date, the amount, whole 9 yards, right? At that point, that's up to her to keep track of it, right? And she never paid it, hence why I got turned off, right? So I was like, all right, cool, that's fine, but like, how are we paying this? It was like, it's like $200 some, and she's like, I'm not paying that. What do you mean? I'm like, well, you never paid your bill, right? It stopped working because you didn't pay your bill, and they kept billing you for it because you never paid it, and you never called to formally cancel it. And then she just storms out of the fucking store. She's like cussing, bitching, whole 9 yards, right? And my coworker kind of looks at me dumbfounded because like we hadn't even processed the internet return yet, and she didn't even pay off her phone like she wanted to. And I was like, and like typically in situations like that, her internet unit, we could have just blind shipped it, like not return it properly because she didn't go about it properly, right? And then she would have gotten hurt with a like $350 non-return fee or something like that, right? But I decided to be nice. I was like, look, process the return the proper way, and then she can deal with what she wants to deal with. Because I also told her, I was like, look, if you don't pay this, they're going to send it to collections. She's like, send it to collections then, right? And I'm like, I don't understand what's with these people and not keeping up with their goddamn bill and then blaming us when their bill's astronomically high. We told you your due date. We told you what the amount was. It's up to you to fucking pay that shit. And if you didn't pay it, one, either you should have set up auto pay like we suggested from the beginning, or two, you should have I don't fucking know, be smarter or some shit. Like I don't know. And then in the same vein, these people are way too comfortable with ruining their credit by having it sent to collection because they think they don't have to pay it. Ma'am, I told you, I set up your internet account as a separate account because you weren't authorized to add anything to your daughter's account. Doesn't matter, your fucking phone's been on there for 20 years. She clearly doesn't trust you enough to add shit to it, right? And then two, I told you your due date. I told you how much your bill was, and you never paid it. You never called to formally cancel. Your shit stopped working, and then you dealt with it for months instead of coming into the goddamn store to figure out what was going on with it. If we could have figured out what was going on with it, you could have got it paid, got it working, everything would have been explained to you, and you wouldn't have been wanting to return it. But instead, you sat there for like 2-3 months without fucking coming to the store to see what's going on. It's just absolutely insane. And, you know, she was like, I'm sure she'll try to fight it, but then they're like, nah, this is legit, and it's going to be funny, because guarantee you, she never called to formally cancel the internet line after we returned it. So they're probably still billing her for it. You know what I mean? Because they keep billing her for it after a certain amount of period, and then eventually they automatically cancel it and then send it to collections. So it's just absolutely fucking hilarious, and these customers be wilding for real. But that's the story for this one. Customers, keep track of your goddamn bill.